Oh, you're fine. You just released a brand new album called Weird Kids.
Well, yeah, kind of.
It was about a month ago, maybe.
It was actually released in February, but we've been releasing singles recently, yeah. So it's confusing.
Oh, maybe.
We tricked everybody, though. We did. It was like, it's still new. Got it.
Can you tell me about the album and the current single you have out?
Well, the album is, there's like a bug on the carpet. I keep staring at it. I don't know what it is. Anyway, the album is, it's very personal, and like we wrote it, we actually wrote it here, most of it here in LA, some of it at home in New York, and we just, I think we decided that we wanted to kind of not like limit ourselves, so like any idea got brought to the table. And I think after a while we just had so many ideas. It was nice because we can kind of like, you know, chop them off as we go, and it was cool. Yeah. And right now our new single is Manners, and we just put a music video up for it. And it's really interesting.
And you worked with John Feldman on this album. What was it like working with him, and how did you go about deciding on him?
Well, we decided on working with him. We took phone calls from a bunch of different producers and stuff, and we were just like, and eventually we connected on the phone first. We were like, this is great. So we went in with him last August and just did one song, and we just loved it. And the way he goes about it and everything was just amazing. So what he likes to do is he likes to like jam out the idea like acoustically and very like organically, and then just keep adding. And we used to just kind of like, we would just go for it normally, and we never used to pick apart our songs that way. So it's really nice, and it was like there was less room for error like once you started tracking things. So that was nice, and he really knew how to push my limits. Like if there was something, like whether it be vocally or just emotionally, like, why don't you say what you want to say then? And I'd be like, I don't know, because I don't want people to take it the wrong way. He's like, well, if you feel that way, then that's how, he would talk me through things like that I thought were really like important and progressive for me.
Currently you're out on the Glamour Kills tour with Newfound Glory and Fireworks and Candy Hearts. How has it been so far?
Today's day 2. They're sound checking right now, you can say that. But no, it's been really good. Yesterday was the first day, and there's a lot of technical difficulties, but I can already say that it's going to be amazing because everybody's friends on this tour. It actually was one of those tours, or so far, like yesterday I walked in, I know everyone. And normally it's kind of like awkward, like the first day of school, and you're just like, I don't know anybody, but it was great. It was just like, what's up? Like, it was so fun. So.
What are you looking forward to most on this tour?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm making new fans. Like, this is definitely a different demographic for us. Not like too different. Like, I don't think that we don't completely make sense on the bill or anything. But it is the people coming out to these shows the majority of them are hardcore Newfound Glory fans and have no idea who we are. And so it's very interesting to play Warped Tour, play like these other shows that we've been playing, where like you're almost too confident. Like, yeah, these people know us and they're gonna be singing along. Whereas like, I know that this tour is gonna be like spotty. Like, there's gonna be this group over here that knows every single word, and this group over here that's like kind of thinks they know it, and this person right here has no idea what they're doing and is like texting. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like, I want to. The point is to reach new people. So I think that's gonna be our biggest benefit of this tour.
You've been touring for a few years now. What has been the best memory so far?
Oh, I don't know. The best tour memory? I don't know. I mean, they're all, like, I feel like my best memories are always like those big moments where like we got done with a show that was just like perfect to us. Like, because you're always your worst critic. I definitely am. I'm always like, that sucked. Like, oh, that was awful. So something like that is definitely like a great moment. I feel like if all those moments were combined together, it'd be like,
Is there anything crazy that's happened on any of your tours, or like?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I always forget. I need to start writing these things down because we get asked that question. I'm like, and something will happen on tour. I'll be like, oh, I gotta write that down.
Maybe start a blog.
I know, like it's gotta be. Trying to think. Weird things happen to us a lot, but.
Is there any weird thing that you want to share that's happened?
Think of anything. For some reason, we get lost a lot. I always find like we're always like, even if we're like, everyone has their phone GPS on and the GPS like it's somehow we get lost. Actually, on the Best Thing video, even though this isn't tour related, but we got stranded in the desert and it was terrifying because we couldn't even call 911. There wasn't cell phone service. And we were out there with like the rented RV and like all the camera crew and everything, and both the RVs got stuck in the sand. And we were out there and then it got cold and we're just like, I'm gonna die here. We're gonna die here and somebody's gonna find us and put this video out and be like, farewell. Everything crap. But we made it out. We eventually like somebody walked out in the desert and like got cell phone service. It wasn't me.
Do you ever do any tour pranks with the bands that you're on tour with?
Yeah. One time in the UK, we were on tour with. I'm trying to think of what year. I don't remember, but it was All Time Low in the Somerset in the Maine, I think, was all the bands. And I don't remember whose dressing room it was, but we went in there and we flipped everything upside down. So the couch was upside down, the chairs were upside down, everybody's laptops and bags were like hung on the ceiling and stuff. Like we just screwed up their entire room. And they walked in, and I think it was the Somerset actually. I'm pretty sure. They walked in, they were just like really confused, like because it just looked like someone robbed their dressing room while they were playing. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, I don't know. We've done some things.
I know it's really kind of still nowadays. It's still kind of difficult being a female in the industry. Do you even?
This question's always so touchy because there's also just as many people that want to dissect it in the wrong way, and so I always feel like I have to be careful, but I always want to be honest. And I think my point of view on that is that there's definitely I can't deny that there's no issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
I do think that it's becoming people are becoming more aware, and I think there's a lot more like there's just a lot more publicity about it lately, especially now, and I think it's a great thing. It's a great thing for people to recognize and learn from and change, because and that's what's great. Like a lot of people are, not a lot of people, but I see some views where people tend to get like upset about the topic or uncomfortable or like just scared of it, and they're all just normal feelings, like trying to figure out how to say these things and express them, and whether they're right or wrong. There's plenty of things that I've been through on tour that like I have sadly thought it was just the way, until I had to like after the fact and been like, why did I say something, so and also like once. And I think the unfortunate thing, actually, one of the unfortunate things is like once your band becomes more familiar, it tends to happen a little less, and I think that's kind of sad too. It's like, well, why didn't you treat me like that before? It's kind of weird, but it is. I think ultimately, I think it's becoming easier, and just a very. I think just this generation is changing a lot for like females and and there's that whole like. He for She campaign that's out, did you hear about that with Emma Watson? And it's just incredible. It's just about creating like equal rights between both male and female, and just actually putting you should Google or YouTube the video in her speech at the UN. It was just incredible, and a perfect view on the topic. It was great. It's awesome. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think like nowadays it's starting to become more accepted, but like even 10 years ago it was still.
Oh, it was like, what are you doing? Yeah.
Like,
and that's the thing. I mean, there's still a lot of people that work in this industry that are from that time.
Yeah.
And they don't get it. They're like, they just still think like, whether it be like a lot of times I run into some, you know, situations with people that work at the venues and stuff, and they're just kind of like, you know, they'll honey you, or they'll like kind of just treat you a little bit like a minority in a sense of like, you know, you don't know what you're doing, and there's a very clear like stereotype that they have just stamped on you the second you walk in the door, and you're just like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
But I even noticed there's more female acts on the Warped Tour.
Yeah.
And Sheer Girl was really pushing for that too.
Yeah, and they always have been. I think Sheer Girl, and then the Sheer Girl stage and all that is like just. I think that's a great thing, and it's drawn a lot of attention, and I know a lot of female bands have even, you know, gotten, you know, a lot of publicity out of that, and it's great. It's good recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what would your dream tour be?
My dream tour would probably make no sense. It would be like us, obviously. I would probably want to be on it. Maybe not. Maybe I'd just go to it. It's no secret that I'm like a huge Pink fan. It's like unhealthy. I just love her so much. No.
That would be a cool tour if you played with her.
Maybe also like it would kind of work in a weird way.
Because she's kind of rock.
Yeah, she has those roots, I think, for sure. Even when she like does the really poppy stuff. And then I would throw Joe Cocker on there because he's a legend, and that doesn't make any sense. And probably put like it'd probably be like a.
Well, I think
He's act in the middle. I don't know. Like, it'd be weird.
Well, I think like recently a lot of.
And it's like this very weird thing where they'll put together a bill, and like on paper it makes no sense. Like, why are these bands touring together?
Yeah.
And then the crowd, like you see this strange like a bunch of like demographics just come together, and it's just like really awesome. It's weird, but yeah, I don't mind that so much.
Do you have anything you want to say to your fans?
Hi, love you, bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.